Hello everyone, good evening. How you feeling today? Feel good. I'm having a good week at work. It's very uneventful. I'm just doing my work. I'm kind of in a zone lately where I'm just typing, and maybe getting a little tired because I'm typing so much. But I'm getting a lot done, which is nice. And tomorrow's the end of my work week, which is nice. And today's the first day of a new era, which is nice. Nothing really special happened today though. I just went to work, had lunch, came home, had a very nice dinner, played some Box Boy, wrote something for Retronauts. Unfortunately, though, today is a pretty sad day because turns out it was 10 years ago, May 1st, 2009, that my friend Ben came to visit me in Japan. It timed up well with Golden Week, which was on purpose. He knew I had a job that I worked at every day, and he wanted to see me, and he wanted to spend time with me. So he came right before Golden Week started and left when Golden Week ended. And it was his first trip to Japan ever. I had been living there for almost 2 years, but we had a baby on the way. So he figured, hey, if I don't go now, the next time I come to Japan, my friend's going to be a dad and who won't have a time, so let's do this right now. As it turned out, of course, it was still a little difficult because my wife was still there and she was pregnant and she wasn't really up for all the shenanigans that we wanted to do. So she was she was about a month, about 6 weeks away from delivery. So she was not having a good time. And yeah, we spent a lot of time together that week. But at the end, I reflected on how, at that point, he came to visit me in Japan. At that point, I was living here, so it was just me. Like, we didn't really go to that many places. Like, I helped him go some places. I know we went to Kyoto, and I know we spent at least one day in Kobe, and we definitely spent many, many nights going around Osaka and drinking and whatever. But it wasn't like a vacation. Like, when I was a student, and my mom visited me, and my dad visited me, and my sister visited me. Like, we went on like trips together. Like, we're going on a trip. We're going on a trip. Let's go here. Let's go here. When my friend came to visit me, I was already living here, so it was kind of like, oh, sure, we can go here. But it was just very casual. It was like, as I wrote on my old blog, it was just like we hung out, and we just happened to hang out in Japan. We went out for some drinks, of course. Went to some bars, of course. Went to some arcades, of course. We played some games in my apartment, of course. It was just kind of we just hung out, and that was part of the magic that Ben and I had. You know, it's why I always considered Ben my best friend because whether it had been 5 minutes or 5 months, the moment we sat down together, the moment we started talking to each other, everything just clicked. Click, 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 clicked. We were making jokes with one another. We were finding common ground with one another. We were just making gruff sounds at one another, making each other laugh. And I remember it being a fantastic week, even though it wasn't at all what I expected. I imagined we'd go on some grand adventure every day, and it wasn't. Some days we just hung out, but it was great. We went to a restaurant that had an eating challenge, and he tried to do an eating challenge. It didn't work. It was funny. We had a good time. Um, Back then, 2009, I didn't really have a lot of friends here in Japan, even though I've been here for almost 2 years. Like, I just didn't know a lot of people because I spent so much time at home. So, 2019 me is very different than 2009 me. If he had come today, I would be able to introduce him to so many people. We would have like gone out for karaoke or a pub crawl or something. We could have done a ton of stuff and met a lot of people. And back then, like, I didn't really know anybody. I mean, I kind of had one like kind of close friend, a guy named Alex, who's since moved back to the UK. And I know we hung out one night and we had a great time together, the three of us. But yeah, it was just kind of mostly him and me. And well, if you've known me for a while, then you know that Ben never got that second trip to Japan. He went back to America, kept doing odd jobs, kept trying to do the things he wanted to do, tried to do some drawing, tried to do some writing. And in 2016, he died at the age of 38. And it's never going to be easy to talk about that or even really think about it. But that's what happens. That's what happens when someone dies. When something comes up and it reminds you of them, that's all you can do but be reminded. So 10 years ago, my best friend came to Japan for an entire week. We didn't really do much, but we had a great time. Just so much great times. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed early tonight. Good night, everybody. Hope you're feeling good about something today. If you love someone, please tell them that you love them. That's why I end every video just like this. I love you.